What's the good word, y'all? Welcome to New York Jets Syndicate channel. It's your boy DKB here. So, Connor Hughes gave us a particular message yesterday that was pretty interesting. According to him, the New York Jets expect to get 3 years out of Rodgers while he'll be in New York. And that may not be as far-fetched as many of us think if we want to date back to the introductory press conferences and some of those initial interviews that begin. Aaron Rodgers did say that while he won't commit to anything in the future, he does expect to be here to help this team out, and this isn't just a one and done type situation. So maybe there's some big factors that'll change that, right? If he accomplishes his goal of getting another Super Bowl, maybe he'll be ready to move on into this latter stage of his life, as opposed to if we fall short, maybe he'll have another burning desire to go out and try to get it again, especially after him highlighting the fact that he thinks that the New York Jets could possibly have the number one wide receiver as well as the number one cornerback in the league for him to lean on. Also pairing him up with Quentin Williams, who could be considered one of the best three defensive tackles in the NFL, potentially the best after Aaron Donald decides to retire himself. And you have the makings to definitely say Aaron Rodgers can stay for as long as he wants. Now, there is going to be some things that would need to get worked out in that scenario, right? Ideally, I would like 2 years. A lot of people are going to point to his age, him being 39. Tom Brady played into his 40s. Aaron Rodgers is another one of those classic throwback guys that has done a lot of things to take care of his mental and his physical with his body, so he could play for as long as he wants. From where I'm sitting at, right? Also, they're going to point to things like injury concerns and stuff. We had the calf strain or pull that happened in OTAs. He banged up his thumb last year. It's the NFL. We're playing a physical sport. A lot of people are going to have these nicks and bruises. As long as he doesn't get a major injury, I think that we're in the green here. So the other situation is going to be what happens with Zach Wilson then. Right now, we're looking at a player that it doesn't make a ton of sense to extend that 5th year option for him. And so now you're looking at him having 2 years left, which is going to run already into what the New York Jets are looking to accomplish if Aaron Rodgers stays on for 2 years. So do you work through some kind of Jordan Love type extension to tack on maybe an extra 2 years so you can get a year or two to look at Zach Wilson before he goes out there and hopefully earns the job and then tries to get a big contract? But nonetheless, I think if this is true, the message that's going to be portrayed to this team as well as the fan base is that we are looking at a 3 year Super Bowl window, right? Aaron Rodgers' departure after 3 years is going to coincide with big contracts from Sauce Gardner, Brees Hall. That's going to have to come up. Garrett Wilson, of course. Quentin Williams potentially can be available to get an extension again after that. So there's a lot of different pieces and elements here that we would need to figure out, right? 2 to 3 years, though, I think is acceptable, especially if he continues to play at a top tier level for us. So I do find it particularly interesting that Connor Hughes was the one that is dropping this message. So he's pretty tapped in as far as we all know, right? I've seen him on various other New York Jets channels, and of course, all news that he drops himself. So I would have to believe he's tapped into someone that's tied into this organization. The bottom line is, with this particular rumor, though, Aaron Rodgers is his own man, his own beast. We can only take his words as far as, I'll probably say the present. Realistically, he's been thinking about retirement year in, year out for years now. He's revitalized in New York, but how long does that particularly last, right? So this would be great news for us. I would say take it with a grain of salt. We will really have to sit down and see what happens on a year in and year out basis with Aaron Rodgers and where the team is set up, how we're trending. But I'm loving this news. If this does ultimately come to fruition and we do get Aaron Rodgers for 2 to 3 years, he's playing at a high level. We've been building this team up for the long haul, so we have pieces that can take over for us moving forward. I don't know. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Aaron Rodgers in New York for 3 years as opposed to being one and done or even a 2 year deal. Let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll catch you guys again. Peace.